Before I begin the video, I will remind you to please click like if you like my content and subscribe to our channel, tell a friend, and more importantly, go to our website and send us your email address to become a VIP that we can send you announcements and VIP benefits that we'll think of as we go along. So thank you very much, and let's go on. Hi, I'm miltonchang of Bonsaiheirloom, and I will go over the two typical bonsai trees we will be offering in our next series. So let me go over a little bit about both of these bonsais. You can see our idea is to ship you a bonsai that's a very much of a natural tree look. But that gets your good started that you can clip it to shape to whatever the shape you want ultimately. And so that gives you the freedom of having your own heirloom in a sense of that a tree that represents your own ideal. And the whole idea that we have is that we offer you a tree that's natural looking, but very well implemented so that you can very easily maintain it to keep it for longevity so that you can pass on as an heirloom. So let me describe the variations that we have. So for example, this is a rectangular pot and this is an oval pot. We ship them randomly out of whatever we have handy. And the second thing is that you notice that this is more of a double trunk or triple trunk, where this is a simple upright. Well, trees do come in various forms. And for example, looking at this one, someday you may want to reorient a little bit to give it more three-dimensionality and put it this way with respect to the pot. And you can have this branch coming out, have a canopy right here, and then this one have a canopy here, sort of the triangle that typically you find in bonsai books. And the same with this one, you can have this one here, that branch there, and this branch here, and then this branch right here. So you have a lot of flexibility in terms of what you want it ultimately to become that's consistent with your vision of what the tree you want it to become. And lastly, I want to point out is that this one has a little bit more moss than the other one. We have put on the spores of moss on both of them so that eventually, if you keep it moist, the trees would, all the bonsai, the surface will have a green lawn. It's really beautiful what it ought to be, or like on a meadow. And so now let me talk a little bit about maintenance. First of all, each one of them will come with our handy dandy clipper. And so you can shape it to whatever shape you like, but very quickly clipping. Now, my recommendation is not to clip it now in the springtime. Let these tender shoots grow longer so that it will harden and thicken the trunk, a branch, as well as thicken the trunk below. And so in about a month or two or 6 weeks or so, you can start really clipping these heavy branches, and the tree would maintain its health, and it would branch out from where you cut it to result in more ramification. And finally, I want to point out our implementation. First of all, these are really nice Yixing pots. Yixing just is a city, a little town near Shanghai. It doesn't mean all the Yixing pots are good. They also have very inexpensive terracotta pots or the inferior material clay to make into the pots that they will glaze over to make it look presentable. But if you knock it, you hear it doesn't ring. It's more of a thump. Whereas these, if you ring it, it's really a ring. And to show you the integrity of the structure, and it's hard to break these, whereas the other ones will break very easily. And so these are so-called the purple clay, which is highly desirable, and we only use the best material. The second thing is that we have a patent pending design on the pot. These pots have drainage holes in the side, in the bottom, because people remind me that they really want to keep the tradition, but we put a little hump around it, so a little bit of water will be retained at the bottom, but not a whole lot. But from my liking, I actually come up with a second design, which is put the drainage hose on the side. So in some sense, you have a soaking tub in reverse inside building the pot to allow time for the root ball to absorb the moisture. And this way, you will not mess up your office table, because bonsai can be kept indoor for several weeks at a time if you take them out and, you know, swap for another one, so that they will always get some outdoor exposure to keep them healthy. This way, if you have 2 or 3 bonsai, you can always have a nice bonsai next to your computer or something. And finally, one other implementation we have is so-called the root pruning. Elm trees are very aggressive grower. If you just put it in a normal pot without the root pruning methodology, they will curl up really quickly. But in this, you don't really have to repot it for the next 5 to 10 years, literally. And even when you take it out, it's very easy just to pull off the mesh and cut off 1/8 of an inch or around and put it right back and fill it with dirt. So it's very easy to maintain. And lastly, the routine maintenance is nothing more than water every day. On hot days, if the root ball is a little dry, you can push on it, it's hard, or looks dry. You put it under a tub to let it soak. And if you do that, the tree will last forever and become your heirloom. Well, thank you very much for watching today's video. Subscribe to our channel and tell a friend. And most importantly, go to our website and sign up to become our VIP, so that we can send you announcements of special considerations. Thank you very much. See you next week.